Okay, this is part 3 of the video reviewing the assessment for patterns and coordinate grids. The opening question here is Carly and Taro are making gifts to give away at a party. Carly starts ahead of Taro by 2 minutes, and by the time Taro starts, Carly's made 6. They each made 3 per minute. The key phrase in here is they each made 3 per minute. And that really is the key to solving this table here. Complete the table as a first direction. Basically, it's just like Carly starts and Taro's late by 2 minutes, and so she's got a head start. But students might think it's a 1 minute head start. It's actually 2. So she's made 3, and then she made 3 more, and that's where she gets to 6. If she's making 3 every minute, then she's going to be up to 12, and then she's going to be 15. Taro just starts, and after 1 minute here, he will have made 3, and then 6, and then 9. Those are, of course, your 2 coordinates for the coordinate grid that's down below. So the next phase of this here is simply to graph these. 6, 0 has already been shown. 9, 3 is right here. 12, 6 is right here. And 15, 9, 15, 9 is right here. And students should connect those with a line like that. And then they've got it. What pattern do you notice? We don't want students to say something like plus 6 because it's really not specific. We're really hoping that students say something like simple like this. Carly will always have 6 more than Taro. Of course, you could always reverse it and say something like Taro will always have 6 less than Carly. That would work. And students can also say something like y equals x minus 6, because they may have noticed up there on top, if this is y and this is x, that y minus, that the x minus 6 will equal y. X minus 6 will equal y. That's another pattern we'd have at work here. This problem is kind of like one we saw earlier, which grid shows the vertical distance. It could be the horizontal on the next assessment. Students need to be aware of that. So vertical is just extending these two. That's 1, 2, 3. It's not that one. This one here, they're on the same line, so the vertical distance is 0. It's not that one. If we extend these 2 lines over here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's a vertical distance of 6. This one here is a vertical distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is not that one. Again, students need to be ready to to recognize whether it's vertical or horizontal. And because it's just a visual one like this, they don't have to do the subtraction of the coordinates. This one here, the answer is actually B, C, D, and E. And what we would want students to understand is that if you've got your basic coordinates we've been learning about, and these lines do go the other direction, or these axes we've been learning about, this is the x-axis and the y-axis. So this is the x and y value, and this is an x and a y value. That you really are just looking at, something that's kind of a horizontal distance here, because that says so. So it's really going to be looking at the x-coordinates value. I can take A and show you on the grid down below, which students could have used if they opted to show you how it doesn't have a horizontal value of 5. So if we've got 2, 7, come across to 2, there's 2, 4, 6, 7 is right here, and the next one we have is 2, 2, which is here, and that doesn't have a horizontal distance, that has a vertical distance. It's horizontally the same, but it's a vertical distance that's different. So that means that this one here we would rule out. All the other ones, if you were to graph them, they would look something like this, and you would see the horizontal difference between them. But you can also focus it this way. If you're looking at x and talking about horizontal distance, and again we're looking at horizontal like this, what's the difference between 8 and 3? It's 5. Between 9 and 4, it's 5. Between 5 and 0, it's 5. And between 3 and 8, it's still 5, even though the order is swapped around. So I'll just take that last one there, E, 8, 3, and 3, 1. And I'll compare those on the graph so you can see it. If I go across to 8 here, make some little tick marks to myself out. I go up to 8, 3 is right here, and 3, 1 over 3 and up to 1 is right here. Although we're not talking about diagonal distance, we're again talking about horizontal distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of horizontal distance. You can see that 5 right here. And that's, again, what we're looking for on this page. The last page of this assessment, students just really need to understand all of these terms. And the most common thing is that students who didn't get some of these points correct on the test, the previous one, is because they just didn't memorize a definition well enough. You need to be saying things specific. You need to use more than one word or a couple words or more than a couple symbols. Coordinate and ordered pair are almost the same, but they are different, and some of the notes we've given are different. So students just need to practice memorizing these and giving an answer that is as much words as it is pictures. So that's just a study tip for students. And that's the end of the review of this assessment.